Hola, hi everybody. My name is Victor. I hope you're well, safe, healthy, and having fun. I am Victor from Spoken Learning. I am here today to talk to you a little bit about the story of Spanish language, the history, better to say, the history of Spanish language. But before that, let me tell you that Spoken Learning provides private Spanish lessons for children and adults, even if you don't have any Spanish at all experience. But also, if you already have some experience and you want to take your skills to the next level, remember that we are not tutors, we are professional teachers, and that's it. See, if you want to know more information, you can call or text to 832-413-3166. So that's it for introduction. Let's go with our topic. As I already said, we're going to talk about el origen del idioma español. Vamos a comenzar. Muy bien. Obviously, naturally, this topic is way too long. So I'm going to do it as short as I can, but I will include several example words. Obviously, several of these words have changed during the almost 12 centuries of history of the Spanish language. That's a lot of time. Take that in mind. So some of these words probably vary a lot from the actual origin of the word, but I am selecting these ones because I do believe that they are still relevant, and at the same time they conserve or have preserved the nature of their past, their actual past. Okay, so let's go. The first one, the first part is Spanish is known as a Romanic language. That means it has its origin in Latin. Latin. Why Latin? Because it was the language that was spoken by Latinos. Latinos, okay? Latinos were the town where existed in the Italic peninsula that was occupied by Cartagineses, Griegos, Latinos, and Etruscos, okay? So from those words, we still have some words. From that time, we still have some words that hasn't varied that much, and that can be related and still figure out as direct ancestors from the next words that we consider that might come directly from Latin, which are alter ego, deficit, gratis, video, ipso facto, infraganti. Those last ones sound more like Italian. I don't know, at some somehow, but their actual Latin words comes from Latin. Okay, so this is the first milestone. The fact that Spanish comes, it has like the biggest roots, like the trunk, if you want to call it, of the tree, and then the branches and the flowers. But the biggest part, the hardest part, the roots and the trunk from Spanish is el idioma latín. Ok, vamos a continuar. The next part is when the Vulgar Latin, the way it's called the language spoken by the regular population, was mixed with the dialects from the natives of Hispania. Hispania is the way how Romans called the region of the Iberic Peninsula. Before it was conquered by them, they used to call them Hispania, and then it just became into the province of Hispania. Okay, some words that emerged during that period, the period where Hispania was occupied by the Romans, and are cirugía, estómago, comedia, cementerio, monasterio, y escuela. Those words were directly mixed up at the moment, by that time, between Latin and what they have in Latin and how it mixed with the dialects they talked in Hispania. So those words are that old. Okay, these are the words: cirugía, estómago, comedia, cementerio, monasterio, y escuela. Okay, so let's go with the next part. The next part is when the entire territory of Hispania was conquered by the Visigoths, but they spoke Germanic languages, nowadays closer to English and German, as the word already suggests. So some words that emerged during that period are guerra, robar, guardar, orgullo, bandido, y ropa. As you can listen, I don't know if you are capable of listening this or putting your attention on it, but those words have like a strong R, most of them, like guerra, robar. And that comes directly from the Germanic languages. So the Visigoths used to talk that, the Visigoths, and here are the words guerra, robar, guardar, orgullo, bandido, y ropa. Okay, so then we have the next part, which is one of the biggest milestones from this language. It is when the Spanish language history it got like enriched at some point by the invasion of the territory by the Umayyad Caliphate, and they brought the culture, which included obviously their language. Which language did they spoke? Arabic. Probably not as modern as these days Arabic, but it was Arabic what they spoke. So this is the biggest milestone of all of the language. Obviously, after the Latin language was born, because we already discussed that it is a Romance language. So the biggest milestone of all is because the occupation of the Iberic Peninsula was in only 8 years. They were conquered in only 8 years, but that occupation lasted for more than 8 centuries, which is a lot. Nowadays, we have around 4,000 words from the Arabic language, with at least origins or even the same words or very, very similar directly into the Spanish language. And some of those words are almohada, barrio, daga, hazaña, rehén, y sandía. Okay, so those words come actually from the Arabic language. As you can see, some of them are not at all similar to English. Part of the mixing, I think. And the last one, the last milestone of the mixing of is the Iberic Spanish was mixed with the indigenous languages during the conquest of America. So they came, the Spanish came to America, they conquered the area, and they mixed their Spanish with what the indigenous people spoke at that time. Several languages. I'm not sure of the number, but at least in Mexico, we'll still have like around 70 original languages from the moment. So, and from that time, from the time that the Spanish Empire conquered the Americas, we have the next words: aguacate, mapache, chocolate, tomate, chicle, y mezcal, which is a very famous word these days in several countries. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for paying attention. I hope that you actually liked that topic. And to finish, let me remind you that this class was a very short example of the grandiose and rich history that this language has. And with that, I hope you feel encouraged to learn more about it. And if you're interested, let me remind you that in spoken learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults, even if you have no previous knowledge. Call or text 832 413 3166 and see you next time.